So, we're not in a must-win game tonight, but pretty much in a must-win game. I could see the Ravens losing maybe one or two more, but I don't want it to come down to that. I don't want it to come down to the Steelers having to rely on the Ravens winning or losing. Because the Steelers can pretty much handle their business tonight. The Ravens, before this week, had a 33% chance to make the playoffs. They won against the Bengals in convincing fashion, shut them out, and it's not good news for the Pittsburgh Steelers because now they're pretty much in a position to where they have to win this game. And then they don't win this game, they'll be tied with the Ravens. The Ravens actually will be ahead of the Steelers because I think it comes down to common opponents, which I think is stupid. I think it should come down to division record in the head-to-head, but I believe the Ravens have won against more common opponents than the Pittsburgh Steelers. And if they lose this game, Steelers will be in second place and on the outside looking in. So this is what this game really comes down to. Do the Steelers want to put a stranglehold on the division? Do they want to take care of business? Do they want to silence the critics? Or do they want to get booed at home again and the entire stadium and the entire city of Pittsburgh basically chant for Mike Tomlin to be fired? Because that's really what this is coming down to. And fans have had enough of 9-8. Fans have had enough of just getting into the playoffs and not winning games. So can they win this game? I mean, they got a lot of big injuries in this game. So it's hard to really say they're going to win this game. No Watt and the Steelers. Record without the Watt man is absolutely terrible. It's a losing record, actually. And that is not good for Pittsburgh in the slightest. So can they win this game? Yeah, they can win this game. They can lose this game. Can they beat Detroit? Yeah, they could beat Detroit. But they can lose to Detroit. Can they beat Cleveland? I think they should handle Cleveland easily. If I'm being honest, I don't see them beating Detroit. Detroit is just a better team than the Steelers. Hi, hello. Oh, now you want them gone. I don't want TJ gone. I didn't want to pay TJ $40 million to begin with. So it's not now. It's not like I'm flipping the script. I never said TJ was a bad player. But I said, we've got the best out of TJ. We've got the best out of TJ. And the Steelers were in a position to where they didn't have to really cave to TJ Watt. They didn't. They could have used their leverage and negotiated a better deal. Now they're stuck on TJ's contract. Is it a good contract? I'd say the way he's playing right now, most would say no. But this is really about the Dolphins game right now and how the Steelers are going to win this game. And to me, the only way the Steelers are going to win this game is obviously they have to stop the run, which they've had trouble doing all year. That's why, honestly, like I said, I've predicted the Steelers to win every game this year so far, this season. And this game, honestly, I'm very scared of this game because they can run the ball. Tua is the type of quarterback. He has 14 interceptions this year. He's been turning it over left and right. But he's a streaky type of quarterback. He'll play like complete garbage or he'll play like, I don't know, a world beater. So what two are we going to get tonight? It's going to really come down to, they're going to hone in on that run. And can they start Archan? And he's a tough running back. I think he's third in the league in rushing, fast as hell, can make a lot of plays in the open field. So I think it's honestly going to be easy for him to get the edge. Steelers are going to have to seal off that edge and shut down the run, keep Tua behind the sticks, hopefully get off to an early lead. The fans get into it. And how have the Steelers won all their games this year? Turnovers. Tua has 14 turnovers this year. So you're going to have to force turnovers. And the reason they brought Aaron Rodgers here is the fact that he has the best quarterback rating in NFL history, the fact that he has the best touchdown interception ratio in NFL history, and you need to go out there and force some turnovers and not turn the ball over. It's really, I mean, it sounds simple, but it's executing, and it's being smart, and it's protecting the ball. And Aaron Rodgers, historically, is great at that. Tua is leading with some of the most interceptions in the league this year. So I really believe that, we can force turnovers in this game, but that's about the only way we can win. Because if they get off to an early lead, I don't see the Steelers being able to play catch up. Honestly, they're not a good offensive team. They're just not. Their offensive numbers are terrible. I looked at all their offensive numbers last night, and it's absolutely horrible. The defense, they're giving up a lot of yards. They're giving up a lot of passing yards, but they're still generating pressure on the quarterback, and they're still above average in sacks, above average in turnovers. So can we get this type of performance out of the Steelers? Can we force some turnovers tonight? And Acusure? Yeah. But that's what it's going to come down to. Jaylen Warren's out for this game. I've been wanting to see Caleb Johnson get more touches. So can Caleb Johnson, live up to all the hype that he basically hyped himself up to? Saying, I'm a great running back. I'm going to be a 1,000-yard running back. Basically fumbled the Seattle game away. And it's almost like Tomlin hasn't been giving him any reps since. Few here and there. But we barely give him the ball. We barely give him any touches. And to me, I thought I had high hopes for Caleb Johnson, especially when you replace Najee Harris. A lot of fans got down on Najee Harris. Said, anybody can run for 1,000 yards. Well, Jaylen Warren ain't going to run for 1,000 yards this year, right? And when Najee Harris was here, the Steelers were at least a top 15, top 10 team in rushing the ball. Without Najee, we're all the way down there in 29th. This team's offense is pitiful. So that I really want to see them go in there, get an early lead. And if they get an early lead and force Tua to pass, I really see them turnovers coming. You make them one-dimensional, I see the turnovers coming. But you get behind the sticks. I mean, can Aaron get him back in the game? Maybe. But this offense is just not good. Maybe it'll change with more MVS and Thielen. But come on, you really want, to me, I want Roman Wilson to pan out. I want Calvin Austin to pan out. And now they're getting, less reps to bring in these two pretty much washed up old veterans. We'll see. I mean, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, I think he gives the Steelers a different type of receiver within the wide receiver room because he has size and he can line up on the outside. You put Austin in the slot. You put Thielen in the slot. And to me, another way I see the Steelers winning this game, and for the rest of the way, we just got to abandon Arthur Smith's philosophy. You brought Rodgers in here one last ride, and that last week against the Ravens, I haven't seen the Steelers spread it out 5 wide all year long. All year long, I haven't seen them spread it out 5 wide. But against the Ravens, they spread it out, and it seemed to me like Aaron Rodgers was calling the plays, and he was getting it going, he was hurrying it up, and that's really what the Steelers need to do on offense, because Arthur Smith wants to do this old school ground and pound type of offense. Aaron Rodgers has ran a West Coast offense his entire career. So this is not an offense Aaron Rodgers is used to running. I guarantee you this is not an offense Aaron Rodgers is comfortable in. And the fact is, the Steelers just don't have the running backs and the personnel to run that type of offense. Like, to me, Jaylen Warren is a West Coast type of running back. He's not a downhill 240-pound Derrick Henry, smash it down your throat type of running back. Now, does he have some power? Does he have some burst? Can he run over some fools and make some crazy plays? And he runs like he's 240 pounds? Yes, he does. I'll give him credit for that. But he's 5'8", 215. He's not Derrick Henry, 6'1", 250. He's just not. He's not. As much as it pains me to say that, he's not. And that's not, you got to be able to get off on 1st and 2nd and down and set yourself up for 3rd and manageables. And you're not able to do that running the ball, Arthur Smith. You're just not. Everybody knows you're going to run the ball on 1st down every single fucking time. Everybody Everybody knows. The Steeler fans know. The opposing team knows. The announcers knows. The concession people know. Everybody knows. And football is a guessing game. You got to mix it up. And you got to keep defenses on their heels. And you got to never let them know what's coming. And by running a West Coast offense, letting Aaron Rodgers open it up, dink and dunk, dink and dunk, dink and dunk, you're going to leave your offense out on the field. You're not going to have so many 3-and-outs. Your defense is going to get a break. You're going to give teams less opportunities to drive on the defense. And I guarantee you the defense's numbers go way up if you allow Aaron Rodgers to run the offense he wants to run. Because Arthur Smith's garbage, and we don't have the personnel to run his offense. And this is Aaron Rodgers' last ride. And the biggest problem with the Steelers the last 4, 5, 6 years since Ben left, even the last 2 or 3 years, to 1 or 2 years left of Ben, the biggest problem with the Steelers has been the quarterback position. And Aaron Rodgers has the greatest quarterback rating in NFL history and the best touchdown interception ratio in NFL history. All right? He knows more about offense than you, Arthur Smith. He orchestrates it. He plays it. He's out there. He's doing his thing. Let Aaron Rodgers be Aaron Rodgers. You need a veteran on offense. You need a leader on offense. This is why we held out and let him put on his big show all offseason, rolled the red carpet out, and brought him here. So now it's time to roll the red carpet out on Monday night and let him go out there and beat the fucking poor-ass, shit-ass Miami Dolphins defense. There's no excuses to lose this fucking game. I don't care about the injuries. I don't care about nothing. And is the fan base wrong for going to chant and fire Tomlin if they lose tonight? Probably not. Because how many years in a row are they going to continue to allow division collapse after division collapse after division collapse after division collapse before the front office and the Rooney family finally says enough is enough? Because that's where it's at with this fan base. And as much as I like to defend Mike Tomlin, the echoes are loud and clear in Pittsburgh 2 weeks ago, in Buffalo. 2 weeks removed for allowing the most rushing yards in NFL history in Acrisure Stadium against a 205-pound speedy running back like James Cook in the Buffalo Bills. And Archan is a very similar running back. So that's why I'm very scared of this game. And that's how I think you got to win this game. Let Aaron Rodgers go out there, call the plays, get an early lead, then force fucking turnovers on Tua, who's throwing the most in this. Also, I don't know who has the most in the league, but it's 14 interceptions this year. That has to be top 5 easily in the league in interceptions. Easily. So, you got a lot of questionable defensive linemen. Hopefully Harmon plays, because when Harmon is in the game, Steelers are giving up less than 100 yards on the ground. When Harmon's in the game, they're giving up close to 200. So if Harmon's in the game, Cam's in the game, I'm not so scared. If Benton's in the game, I think they all are pretty much going to play. So if they're all good to go, I'm feeling good. Mount Washington's good, so that must mean Pete's good, and that must mean all the people in concussion protocol are probably good. So that's really what the Steelers need to win this game. And, yeah, that's pretty much my 10-minute live. That's my rant. That's my thoughts. That's how I feel the Steelers are going to win this game. So until another live, until another video, I'm going to shut this one down. Maybe we'll do StreamYards on here, but I feel YouTube will push my content out more if I go live from here. So I'm going to continue to go live from here, and I might start doing lives every day on here, or at least try maybe 2-3 times a week. I don't know. I'm going to have to get a live streaming schedule going. I don't know. Talk more about the Steelers, but it is what it is. If you guys got any questions, comments, you can get them in now, and I'll respond to your questions and comments before I end this live. And I guess we'll go to the flip side of that. How did the Steelers lose this game? Well, we could say how, I think it was against the Bills. We're down in that game by 6 points, 7 points, 7 point whatever. And Arthur Smith is still calling this hyper-conservative offense. So, if the Dolphins start getting it going on the ground a little bit, then I think the defense is going to start looking stupid. because then the defense is going to have to start guessing. And once they start getting it going on the ground, the team will start bailing out against the run and make it very easy for Tua to pass. So they get off to an early lead. I think that's really what whoever scores first in this game, in my opinion, probably will win this game. So if I'm the Steelers, I'm electing to. Usually I elect to defer, but you got to get the crowd in this game tonight. You got to get them charged. You got to open the game up. If you win the coin toss, take it and put some points on the board and get the crowd into it. But if you get off to an early loss, crowd's going to start booing. Your own crowd's going to be against you, and it could get ugly, and it could be a very long day for the defense. And then, if Aaron Rodgers and Arthur Smith's hyper-conservative offense wants to play catch-up, maybe they can if Rodgers calls the plays. But if Arthur Smith's in there, we're down 21 points, he'll come out with a 3 tight end set, down 21. And it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. This is not 1940 anymore, Arthur Smith. And the Steelers need to wake up to that reality and that fact that it's not 1940 anymore. And if they get off to like that game against the Bills, they were literally coming out of 2 tight end, 3 tight end packages, trying to come from behind. This is where that's more than anything you need to spread it out and open it up. Like I said, that's how you win this game is to spread it out, open it up, and letting Aaron Rodgers just dictate the offense and, maintain some drives, keep their offense off the field, and then put Tua in a position to where he has to pass. But you put Aaron Rodgers in a position to where he has to pass out of a 3 tight end set under center. He's just not used to that, all right? He can't play like that. You need to give him 4 receiver sets, 3 receiver sets, 5 receiver sets. You need to let him call the plays. It's painfully obvious, man. We can't run Arthur Smith's personnel. So to me, that's the only way we're winning this game. Because they really can't stop the run, especially with Harmon out. Hopefully he's playing, but I don't know. So I'm nervous about this game. I think the Steelers can win. Is the season over if they lose? No, but they'll pretty much have to go in Detroit and win. And need New England to help out Pittsburgh next week against the Ravens. And the Steelers control their destiny. The Ravens control their destiny too at this point. But if we win, the Ravens no longer control their destiny. And that's what the Steelers need to do. They need to keep this lead. They need to continue holding on to their destiny. And they're going to be in the playoffs. And the way it's looking right now, to me, in my opinion, the Buffalo Bills are probably going to run the table. The Patriots might honestly drop another game. The Bills will win the AFC East. The New England Patriots are going to get the first wild card in the NFL. Steelers need to control their destiny, hold on to the number 4 seed, and have a home game against New England in Pittsburgh, who they've already beat this year. And it starts tonight with beating the Miami Dolphins. And then going on to the playoffs and finally silencing the critics about the no playoff wins in however many years. It's time to get the job done tonight. And there's really no excuses why they don't. Other than, as much as it pains me to say, coaching, and coaching. So, here we go, Steelers. Let's get this dub. Make sure you hit the like. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the share button.